forecast for when the curves line up for November 26, 2023. Please see the article that includes diagrams of today's events on the website at whenthecurveslineup.com. Text by Jeffrey L. Hunt. In Chicago, sunrise occurs at 6:53 a.m. Central Standard Time, followed by sunset at 4:23 p.m. At Chicago's latitude, daylight lasts 9 hours, 30 minutes, 22 minutes shy of the shortest daylight length that occurs December 21st. The earliest sunset in Chicago, 4:20 p.m., begins December 2nd, and lasts through the 15th. Here is today's planet forecast. In the morning sky. This morning, the bright gibbous moon, 99% illuminated, rests on the western horizon at 1 hour before sunrise. The full, Beaver, Moon phase occurs tomorrow morning at 3:26 a.m. CST. Farther eastward at this hour, brilliant Venus shines in the southeastern sky, 5.6 degrees to the upper left of Spica, Virgo's brightest star. Venus passes in a wide conjunction in 3 mornings. The star Zub in El Janubi, the Scorpion's southern claw, over 5 degrees above the east-southeast horizon, is over 25 degrees to the lower left of Venus. Their conjunction occurs December 17th. After the Spica conjunction, watch Venus step eastward toward the claw. Earlier this morning, about 3 hours before sunrise, Jupiter is low in the west, below the moon, while Venus is above the horizon in the east-southeast. The gap between the planets is nearly 165 degrees, and they are becoming difficult to see in the sky at the same time. This view of the morning sky with Venus and Jupiter bracketing the bright stars in the Orion region has been a delightful view. What is the last morning you see them together? In 2 weeks, Jupiter sets as Venus rises, a planet-to-planet opposition. Afterward, Jupiter is below the horizon, before Venus appears. Mars, hiding in bright sunlight, rises only 10 minutes before the sun. It is slowly climbing into the eastern morning sky. In the evening sky, Mercury seems to struggle to climb into the western evening sky. Its visibility suffers from a poorly inclined ecliptic plane of the solar system, for sky watchers at the mid-northern latitudes. Observers in the southern hemisphere have a dandy view of the planet. This evening Mercury is nearly 10 degrees above the southwestern horizon at sunset, but it is lower in the sky as twilight fades, disappearing to the haze and blurring effects of the atmosphere. At 45 minutes after sundown, it is only a few degrees above the horizon, setting 15 minutes later. The bright nearly full moon is in the sky all night. An hour after sundown, the lunar orb is about 15 degrees up in the east-northeast, over 20 degrees to the lower left of bright Jupiter. Jupiter, retrograding in front of Aries, is noticeably west of an imaginary line from Hamal, Aries' brightest star, to Menkar. Outside the same binocular field of view with Jupiter, Hamal is 11.3 degrees to the upper left of the planet, while Menkar is 13.3 degrees below the distant world. Jupiter's retrograde continues through the end of the year. The moon is near the Pleiades star cluster and both easily fit into the same binocular field. It is 1.9 degrees to the lower right of Alcyone, the cluster's brightest star. Through the binocular, the moon's brightness can create a temporary afterimage, like that from a camera flash. Saturn, remarkably dimmer than Jupiter, is over 35 degrees up in the south. Wonder is slowly moving eastward compared to dim Aquarius, washed out by the bright moonlight. Through a binocular spot Deneb Alchdi, 7.1 degrees to the lower right of the planet. This is a tight fit. As Saturn picks up eastern speed, the gap becomes too wide for them to fit in the same field of view together. During the night, Saturn, Jupiter, and the moon appear farther westward from Earth's rotation. Saturn sets in the west-southwest over 6 hours after nightfall and before midnight. Jupiter is south about an hour before Saturn sets and appears in the western sky as Venus rises tomorrow morning. The moon's place is over 90 minutes behind Jupiter. It is visible in the western sky after its all-night passage across the sky. Please read the articles at whenthecurveslineup.com.